Have you ever wondered what happens when someone is buried at sea? Imagine the vast ocean, a farewell, and a body descending into the unknown depths. What truly occurs when a person finds their final resting place in the sea? Sea burials might seem like something out of adventure novels or ancient Viking sagas, but it's more than just romantic or nostalgic. For centuries, sailors and coastal dwellers have naturally found their final rest in the ocean's embrace. For them, the sea was home, a provider, and sometimes a place of death. Returning to its depths was a logical and honorable end. Today, the process is much different. Sea burials are no longer impromptu farewells, but regulated procedures within a legal framework. It's not just dumping a body, as some mistakenly believe. Often, it's a conscious choice made by the person or their loved ones, driven by a deep connection to the sea, a desire to return to nature, or even an eco-friendly alternative to traditional cemeteries. This choice might stem from personal beliefs, professional ties, like sailors or naval veterans, or simply aesthetic preferences. It's a way to leave behind not a tombstone, but the ever-changing yet majestic open water. The sea burial isn't just a farewell, but a tribute to the powerful force that gives and takes life. Want to know what really happens behind the scenes of a sea burial? Ready to learn about the strict rules and modern technology involved in each final voyage? We've talked about why people choose the sea. Now, let's explore the actual procedure. Forget pirate legends and unsanctioned burials. Modern sea burials are highly regulated, following many rules and regulations. First, you need all the necessary permits. Most countries have clear laws governing sea burials, including minimum distances from shore, usually at least 3 nautical miles, and required depths, often 200 feet or more. This protects the ecosystem and prevents remains from washing ashore. The body is typically placed in a biodegradable shroud or a casket designed to sink quickly and stay on the seabed. Weighting is key. To ensure rapid and permanent sinking, weights are attached to the shroud or casket. This could be metal chains or environmentally safe rocks, guaranteeing the body reaches the bottom and doesn't float. The farewell ceremony usually takes place on a specialized vessel. After reaching the designated zone, a memorial service is held, and then, with full honors, the body or urn is lowered into the water. It's a carefully organized, dignified farewell, respecting both the memory of the deceased and the majesty of the ocean. No one will tell you about the underwater secrets of decomposition like we will. Get ready to discover how temperature, pressure, and marine life transform a body in the depths, changing our understanding of the final resting place. So a person's body has found its rest in the ocean depths. What happens next? Here begins a fascinating yet strictly scientific process where nature takes over and the unique actors of the underwater world appear. The first and most crucial factor is water temperature. In the ocean depths, it's much colder than on the surface, significantly slowing bacterial activity and the rate of decomposition. This is a major difference from land. Pressure, which increases with depth, also plays a role, compressing tissues, although it doesn't stop chemical decomposition directly. The salinity of seawater creates a specific environment for microorganisms. Bacteria responsible for decay are adapted to the brackish environment, but their work depends heavily on oxygen. In deep, oxygen-depleted zones, the process can slow almost completely. sometimes leading to the formation of adipocere, corpse wax, which can preserve the body's shape for a very long time. However, the most dynamic role is played by marine life. Once the body sinks to the bottom, it becomes a food source for many organisms. Deep-sea scavengers, crustaceans, crabs, and other benthic animals quickly get to work. This skeletonization process can be very rapid. Soft tissues disappear in days or weeks, leaving only the skeleton. Over time, the skeleton may be buried under sediment, dissolve due to chemical processes, or become part of a unique marine environment, completing the natural cycle. A sea burial ceremony seems majestic and natural. But what happens after the ship sails over the horizon? Every human interaction with nature leaves a mark. It's time to honestly consider how sea burials affect the delicate balance of ocean ecosystems. After the farewell on board, when the body finds its underwater rest, a legitimate question arises. What is the environmental footprint of such a burial? At first glance, it seems the ocean is so vast, it can absorb everything without consequence. However, as experts, we must consider this seriously. The main concern is potential pollution. If the body was embalmed using chemicals like formaldehyde, these substances can enter the seawater. Therefore, modern regulations in most countries strictly prohibit embalming. The body must be natural or in a biodegradable shroud. Another aspect is the materials used for the casket or shroud, as well as the deceased's clothing. Non-degradable synthetic fabrics or metal can remain in the ocean, creating waste and harming wildlife. Therefore, standards require natural, rapidly degradable materials. This can be special biodegradable urns, wooden coffins without varnish and metal, or shrouds made from natural fibers. It's important to note that when all these norms are followed, the impact of sea burial on the ecosystem is considered minimal. The ocean has a huge capacity for self-purification, and natural processes quickly integrate organic remains into the food chain. Regulated burial sites are chosen to minimize risks to sensitive ecosystems, like coral reefs or spawning grounds. With the right approach, a sea farewell can be an environmentally friendly choice, consistent with the principles of sustainable development. Each year, traditional cemeteries occupy thousands of acres of land. But what if a final farewell could not only avoid harm, but actively create new life? Discover how hundreds of innovative memorial reefs have already become home to thousands of marine creatures, opening up an amazing future for sea burials. While classic sea burials have their traditions and rules, the modern world is seeking increasingly eco-friendly and innovative ways of saying goodbye. If choices were limited before, today amazing alternatives are emerging that not only return a person to nature, but actively contribute to its revival. One of the most inspiring innovations is the so-called memorial coral reefs. This isn't just a metaphor, but real underwater structures made from environmentally friendly concrete mixed with cremated remains. These spherical or cubic blocks are lowered to the seabed, where over time they become the foundation for new coral growth and a home for many marine creatures. Thus, a person's final resting place turns into a living, evolving reef, actively participating in the restoration of marine ecosystems and providing refuge for fish, mollusks, and algae. It's literally a living cemetery that enriches the ocean instead of occupying land. Another popular and eco-friendly alternative is biodegradable urns for ashes. These urns are made from natural materials like salt, sand, paper, or plant fibers. They're designed to dissolve in water in a relatively short time, gently releasing the ashes into the ocean. Many even have special seed chambers that can sprout when the urn reaches the bottom, if conditions are favorable. Such innovations show that humanity is striving for a more conscious and harmonious interaction with nature, even in matters of farewell. This isn't just a fashion statement, but a deep understanding of our responsibility to the planet and a desire to leave behind not only a memory, but also a contribution to the preservation of life. So, we've unraveled many secrets of the sea depths concerning the final farewell. If you're fascinated by such mysteries of existence, scientific facts, and unexplored corners of human experience, don't forget to subscribe to the Mysteries of the Spirit channel to not miss our new investigations. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if it helped you see the world in a new light.